Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA episode 373. I am Brendan. UFC Fight Night Moreno versus Royval 2, the Battle of the Brandons in Mexico City. All right, we're going to go over that fight and the main card here. If you're looking for the prelims, it's in the last video. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel. That way you know the next video is coming out. I'd appreciate it as well. Let's talk about some fights. Go round by round. And what would this Mexico City Fight Night be without another split decision? Another one. Another one. All night with these. It's so unsatisfying. Oh man. They don't even have the last round in here. Oh no. How do they not have the last round? That's the most important one. Oh my goodness. Welcome to Troubleshooting Live. Oh, come on. Ah, good grief. Maybe by the time that we get to it, it'll be updated. What a bummer. Okay, let's talk about this. Brandon Moreno was circling the outside of the cage. Royval was trying to track him down. Moreno was warned for not engaging. So, just the overall takeaway here. It looked a little bit weird the way that Moreno was fighting. Didn't want to engage. He was kind of looking for. I don't think he was looking for a way out. He just didn't want. I don't know if he didn't want to put offense out there, if he was worried about gassing out at the elevation. I don't know. It just looked strange. It didn't look like a normal Brandon Moreno fight. So, with him circling and getting warned for not engaging, it was so weird. Two big shots land from Moreno and then back to retreating and trying to counter. Not a lot of action. I wish I could give it to Royval for actually trying to engage, but I couldn't because Moreno outlanded him. And then sure enough, here we go, 15-12 for striking numbers in favor of Moreno. Second round, so I had 10-9 from Moreno. Second round, nice right hands land from Moreno. Royval just isn't able to land the hard shots, and when he goes in to touch Moreno, he'll get countered. He'll get countered with a big right hand, a left hook, or a heavy leg kick, and it just looks bad. And Moreno landing hard, and Royval just eats it and throws back. Royval landing the knee to the body when Moreno lands the right hand. Royval slick off of his back, trying to he was throwing up submission attempts and doing a whole bunch, and he ends up using the gogoplata. It started as a gogoplata, and then he moved to an omoplata to sweep and then get back up. I don't know if Royval did enough in this round. I don't think he did. Those right hands that were coming back at him just make it really hard to overcome. And if you look at the striking numbers here, 22-18 in favor of Moreno. So he just outstruck him here again, 20-18 on my scorecard here. Moreno catches a kick and gets a takedown, but the scramble, they are right back up. Royval's landing the kick to the legs and then to the body as Moreno circles. The low kicks are giving Moreno timing issues, and the left hook isn't flowing anymore. Neither guy landing any big shot this round, and Royval just landed more. So this is his round. This is where he started to really, he didn't up his volume more than he did in the second round. I mean, he threw 87 shots out there, but he started landing, and he was avoiding those big shots that were coming back at him, which is the difference maker. 25-17 for striking in the third round, going towards Royval. This is where he started to make his comeback. So 29-28. Royval's throwing a ton out there, trying to overwhelm Moreno with options. Moreno is finishing his combos with low kicks, and they will make the difference if Royval doesn't address it. And then he did address it later on in that round. Royval with the pressure, and Moreno shells up, and Royval gets a double leg. Royval put together an excellent round here of consistent and constant offense, 49-29 for striking numbers. No huge shots came back from Moreno that rocked Royval at any point in this fight. So even if he hit him hard, he got outstruck by 20 strikes, and there were some good shots that Royval threw in there as well. I had it 38-38 going into the last round. And saved by the bell. Just in time. Fifth round numbers are in. Royval throwing that jab out there and slipping the right hand of Moreno, but Moreno did find one early on. Moreno just holds him against the cage for a bit, which was kind of nice. It's kind of sweet, almost whispering sweet. Nothing's in his ear. 1 minute and 50 seconds of control time in this last round for Moreno, and 100% of that was literally him gable gripping the body and holding on for dear life. That was it. That's all he did. So 1 minute and 50 seconds of control time did absolutely nothing. Look at the clinch strikes that Moreno landed, 3, and I guarantee you those were his leg stomps or foot stomps. Royval eats a couple shots and stands and trades. Moreno holding him against the cage yet again. He got warned multiple times in this. It did not look like a Moreno fight. Royval was trying to end this fight, and Moreno was holding on. So I just did not want to give him this last round. I think for the fact that Moreno did land a couple good shots, but again, Royval outlanded him. And then in those grappling exchanges, yes, there was control in favor of Moreno, but he did literally nothing with it. So he did no damage. No, he was not trying to fix to end that fight. So I gave this last round to Royval. I did. I gave it to him. 2 of the judges had it 48-47 for Royval, and then one judge had it 49-46. So I would like to see who had that scorecard. I think it was Junichiro Kamijo. He did. I'd like to see the breakdown of his scorecard, because I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. Yeah, here it is. Oh, my goodness. Mike Bell gave the second round to Royval. Wow. Nobody gave that last round to Royval. Chris Lee gave the first and second round to Royval. Holy shit, guys. This is worse than I thought. Junichiro Kamijo gave the first 3 rounds to Brandon Moreno. Okay, the first 2 rounds, I got you, dog. The third round, Chris Lee. Oh, I think Chris Lee reversed the scorecards. I think he meant to give Brandon Moreno the first 2, and then Brandon Royval the third. What the hell? Mike Bell's scorecard kind of makes sense with the second round. Yeah, the second round was closer than I thought. It's 22-18. Royval did have some good shots in this round, and he did land near the end of the round. I just didn't think it was enough to make up for the damage. So I guess I could see that. Third round, absolutely. Fourth round, absolutely. And then I had the 5th round for him. No judge gave the 5th round to Royval, which I understand because of the holding on, but I don't agree with it. Holy shit, this is bad. Junichiro Kamijo gave round 3 to Moreno, but so did Chris Lee. I think Chris Lee did this back. Oh my God. I think Chris Lee scored it backwards. How do you do this? How is this possible? This was bad. Mike Bell has the only defensible scorecard here. He has the only defensible scorecard. I don't agree with the scores that he put on here, but you can defend it. Right? You can obviously give Moreno the last round, and you could make the argument that Royval won the second. I wouldn't make that argument, but okay. But Junichiro Kamijo giving the third round to Moreno is indefensible. Holy shit. And then Chris Lee giving the third round to Brandon Moreno is indefensible. You can't do that. He did not. Like the striking differential and the fact that he landed no hard strikes in this round. And round 4. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. This was bad. Okay, so let's talk about what's next. So we just saw Brandon Royval take on Alexandre Pantoja, sorry. Didn't go so well. We've seen Brandon Moreno take on Pantoja, and that did go well, but I think, was that a split decision win? No, I think Pantoja did get the... Anyway, kind of not the most exciting fight. But anyway, I think there's some other interesting fights in here. Man, they really, I don't know. They got to do some investigating because... Not that they're going to. They can do whatever they want. There's no... It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Like, they're not going to be able to kick back against any of it, so it doesn't matter. Whatever. Anyway, weird scorecard for a weird way to end a weird night. Yair Rodriguez taking on Brian Ortega for the second time. Okay. Boy. What a difference. What 3 years makes? Ortega's right angle buckles during the fighter announcements. Oh my God, I cannot believe that happened. Ortega keeps the pressure on, landing a nice 1-2. A straight left from Yair puts Ortega down, then another one sits him against the fence. Rodriguez is in his face, landing nasty everything. I say nasty everything because, God dang, he literally landed everything that he wanted to. Like, if you name a strike, I'm pretty sure Yair Rodriguez landed it in that round. It was bad, right? Rodriguez overextended, and Ortega used the back threat to stand up and get the takedown into mount. But man, I gave that first round a 10. I gave it a 10-9, but Mike Bell gave it a 10-8. Oh, we're looking at scorecards. I meant to. Oops. Striking numbers 45-6 in favor of Rodriguez. I think, yeah, that warrants a 10-8. I did not give it one, but looking at those numbers, I should have given it a 10-8. So, second round, you're like, the way it ended, right? So the way that first round ended, I was like, okay, there's a path to victory here for Ortega. I think he can win, and that's what happened. Ortega right back in his face, pumping the jab, taking some serious shots from Rodriguez. Ortega gets the big double leg lift, and the slam. Rodriguez sits on a guillotine, but there was nothing there. Ortega was on top, landing some elbows, busting up Rodriguez. The whole round of offense for Ortega, 19-19, clearly his round, right? You could have had it 19-18, obviously. And then in his third round, I was like, okay, Rodriguez has got to stop him. He's got to kick him, but immediately Ortega walks him down, gets him to the cage, gets the takedown right in the mount, and then makes him tap with the arm triangle. It's a modified arm triangle where he actually locks up the figure four with his arms. Beautiful finish from Ortega. I've never had a problem with his jiu-jitsu. It's just like he is the most dangerous punching bag in the UFC. He's like, you let him touch you and he can put you to sleep with punches. I mean, we saw what happened when he fought Frankie Edgar, or with submissions. But you can just piece him up. If you fight smart, you can piece him up. So what do I want to see? I don't know. I think it would be fun to see him fight Topuria. I think him versus Holloway, I don't want to see again. I don't want to see Rodriguez. I don't want to see... I mean, if Loyev or Arnold Allen would be a fun matchup, but I wouldn't be mad at Ortega getting a shot at the title after a win like that. It would make it interesting. And the thing is, we've got Alexander Volkanovski, who's just coming off that loss, knockout loss. I'd give him some time off. Max Holloway is fighting Justin Gaethje, and Yair Rodriguez obviously just lost to Ortega. So unless they were planning on waiting 9 months or 6 months or whatever to do a rematch with Volkanovski, I'd throw Ortega in the mix. Let him fight it out. And then if Holloway wins his fight, or even if he loses, he could come back down and fight either the winner or Topuria. The winner or Topuria. Yeah, that's how that works, dum-dum. All right. Let's talk about a beatdown. That started out as a fun fight, but then it turned into kind of a, I don't want to keep watching this. Not the most fun at the end. Daniel Zellhuber versus Francisco Prado. Both go low with kicks. Then Zellhuber goes high with his. Prado pressuring, going for that overhand right to overcome that height differential. Prado lands a lead left hook as Zellhuber circles away. Both guys land right hands. Prado keeps pressing in and goes to the body with the hook. Prado's throwing so hard, and Zellhuber trying to keep him away with that jab and kicks. I felt like Prado landed the better shots in this first round. He actually outlanded him even, 29-27. I gave him this first round, 10-9. Second round, they exchanged kicks, and Zellhuber going to the body, Prado going low. Nice jab from Zellhuber, landing, busting Prado up, and that's what changed the outcome of this fight. Right in the beginning of the second round, Zellhuber lands a couple jabs, and it busted up his nose, and it busted up his eye, and he wasn't able to really fight back properly anymore. The range of Zellhuber's still successful, and now he's landing with power. Prado isn't landing like he did in the first round. Got outstruck here 50-32, 19-19 going into the third round. Prado says he can't see. His coach is telling him he doesn't need to see. That was an interesting conversation that they were having before the doctor came in. You don't need to see. He basically told him to hit the one in the middle. He's like, just aim towards center of mass and hope for the best. Holy shit. Prado didn't quit on himself. Zellhuber just backed out of the way of most of the stuff, landing the jab and the knees and the front kick. Zellhuber really coasting to the finish here. Meaningless gesture from Zellhuber, pointing to the ground with 4 seconds left. Outstruck him 43-29. Yeah, if you're going to point to the ground like, yeah, let's go now. Let's go here. Come on. I'm not saying you have to do that, right? I don't advocate for that. I think that's, in most cases, not a good idea. If you do. Especially if you are the party who is ahead. Pretty cool. Maybe do it with more than enough time to throw like 3 punches or 2 punches. It's just a meaningless gesture at that point, just trying to look tough. I mean, he spent that whole round jabbing and circling and using really good footwork and whatever, but, you know, it wasn't exactly a blood and guts fight. All right. Yazmin Jauregui versus Sam Hughes. Boy, this one really took the wind out of took the wind out of my night. It was all right. It's always so late, guys. I'm sorry. It's so late. Took the wind out of my night. It's not even a fucking metaphor. It's just stupid. Both were landing low kicks and pumping the jab. Jauregui landing the fast counter 1-2. The right hand from Jauregui is landed hard. Hughes keeps trying to grab her for the takedown, but takes shots on her way in. She's just getting nothing for it, right? She's just doing nothing. Jauregui is varying her attacks so well, Hughes can't find a way in or land back hard enough. 10-9. Looking at the striking numbers here, 28-19 in favor of Jauregui. And like as the fight went on, actually in the second round, Sam Hughes outstruck her. I did not see that, but second round, Hughes gets in her face and tries to engage in the clinch. Jauregui is always throwing stuff out there, extending her combos. When Hughes lands a shot, she takes 4 in return. Hughes is finding moments, but in between, she's just not landing anything. I don't see a path to victory for Hughes. She doesn't have the power or the grappling or the speed or the strength. 20-18. She did outstrike her, but she did not win that round. Last round, Jauregui goes to the body with the hook and the kicks up the middle. The jab's always coming out. Hughes never got out of first gear. Anytime she gets Jauregui backing up, she stops. Right? She gets her backing up and then she resets. It's just bad execution. I'm sure that was not her game plan. Let's see. Zellhuber. Rick Winter gave the first round to Zellhuber, huh? Yep, all 3 judges. All right. And then let's talk about the first fight on the main card. And then I can go to sleep. Manuel Torres versus Chris Duncan. They both land right hand, but Duncan staggers Torres, and then Torres finds a knee and a head kick as Duncan pressures into the clinch. Torres gets a takedown, gets the back. They get right back up, but then Torres takes him down again, gets the back, and gets a rear naked choke, and it's all over, just like my night of breakdowns. Holy moly. Today was a long day. If you're looking for, I did the Bellator versus PFL breakdown. I did the prelims in a previous video. Subscribe to the channel if you do like this stuff. I do appreciate it. I'll let you know when the next videos come out. Hit the notification bell too. That might help. I found that like when you search for my stuff, you can't even find it unless you're searching for a channel. So I don't know what's going on. I appreciate you all for stopping by. I know it's super late for me, so whenever you watch this, hope you guys have an amazing week. Love y'all.